Welcome to the Talking Diaries podcast featuring Dr. Louis Coster with John Kramer. The thing that I think I love the concept of what you say in terms of allowing for the totality of what arises. But, and I can sort of conceptually, get that. But experientially, I'm going, well, that's stupid. Or that's hard to do. Or something like that. And I would guess it's a question a lot of people would have when they read that is, well, that's easy for him to do, but how the heck do I do it? Can you give me any insight on that?
Very interesting question. So it all depends on you. That is to say, what's the quality of your life? Do you feel limited in the expression of your life? Do you find that when you wake up in the morning or during the day, when you have a project or you need to show up somewhere inside of an intention, do you feel limited by the thinking? Do you feel limited by your thoughts? Do you recognize that if you have decided not to do something or that you are avoiding doing something that you really would like to do, that is a function of the thinking? Something is then arising in your consciousness that either tells you that you're not capable in doing that, or it's not available to you, or it's not the right time, or um, you are not equipped to do that, or whatever it is that the thinking could bring up in the moment that you intend to take action, or when you're just being, you might have thoughts that bring you to a place that you feel miserable about life or yourself or the future. So is that something that is part of your life? And if so, are you bothered by that? Is are you Do you have a sense that you are much and much more than all that stuff that comes up that you have become used to, as a sound of the refrigerator that is always there on the background? And this is the key. It is The key is to realize that it's not your true reality what the thinking brings about. And I would say that there is an enormous freedom and sense of the possible available to, when you are aware that that is not your true reality. Then you are in a place where you can make choices, and you are then gaining perspective that is much and much bigger than than the personal. That is to say, than how the thinking defines your reality. So what I'm saying is that there is a reality beyond the thinking, and that is where is your true life, what you were, I guess. That's the promise of your life. That is the gift of your life. And are you taking that to its full potential? That is my question. And if that is not the case and you are bothered by that, then you would then have the wherewithal to stay with it, to go through this funnel of allowing that is highly uncomfortable, very challenging, um, because it is worthwhile. You got something at stake, which is called you. So I'm not talking about comfort here. I'm not interested in comfort. Comfort has got nothing to do with it. It's
So,
what
so you have to make yourself uncomfortable?
it's not so much that you make yourself uncomfortable. When you break a habit, like this habit that we all have of always intervening with the thinking so that there is a level of comfort, or that you believe that then you can function in life, when you kind of control what comes up in your consciousness. So if you start to do something else, which is, and that is what I'm suggesting, that you do not do anything with it, that you, and by lack of a better word, then I would say that you allow for it. But basically, allowing is that you stop the practice that you have of constantly intervening with what is arising. So now, then what? Then you are brought to a place that you are in the presence of your own thinking, and that is not necessarily comfortable. So, but when you stay with it, there will come a point, I promise, that you see through the illusion of the thinking. That is to say, you start to see, there is a moment that you start to see that what the thinking brings up in your consciousness is not real. It's not your true reality. So, for instance, let's make it very practical. You have a thought that points at the future that something horrible will happen or might happen. So what is our natural tendency is to shy away from that, from like, oh, no, 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 I don't want that to happen. But are you seeing what you actually are doing? You are relating to that thought as if it is real. And so it's kind of like to demonstrate to yourself that it is not real. Do you dare to allow for that in its totality and stay with it? Stay with it until it loses its hold on you, and that you come to the realization that that thought is not destroying you. It's, you are not going to fall apart. In fact, you are centered in your being with a knowing that it is just a thought.
Thank you for listening to the Talking Diaries podcast featuring Dr. Louis Koster. For more information, check out louiskoster.com/Talking Diaries and subscribe to the Talking Diaries YouTube channel. Also check out louiskoster.com/quiz and take the free quiz to discover more about yourself.